Up, IT Nation. Grab a seat. The ConnectWise keynote will begin shortly. Make sure all your devices are on silent. No one wants to be that guy. Almost go time. Grab your seat. The ConnectWise keynote will begin shortly. What? Bye, keynote. Keynote in short.
Good evening. I hacked into this keynote to discuss a topic of utmost importance in our rapidly evolving digital landscape: the critical role of managed service providers in the fight against cyber criminals and the protection of small and medium-sized businesses. In a world where technology is the lifeblood of organizations, the need for robust cybersecurity measures has never been more evident. Cybercriminals are becoming increasingly sophisticated, leveraging advanced techniques to exploit vulnerabilities and gain unauthorized access to sensitive information. The stakes have never been higher, and the consequences of a cyber attack can be devastating for SMBs that lack the resources and expertise to tackle these threats on their own. Enter the unsung heroes of the digital realm, the MSPs. With their deep understanding of technology and business operations, MSPs are already at the forefront of safeguarding our digital world. But when they harness the capabilities of AI, its ability to learn, predict, and react at lightning speed, they transform their cybersecurity offerings to a level that can only be described as superhuman. While you are here, I challenge you to learn about the emerging cybersecurity threats, explore the innovative solutions coming to market, and network and collaborate with each other. The synergy of human expertise and technology has the potential to change the face of cybersecurity as we know it. Remember, together, we have the power not just to anticipate the future, but to shape it. With that, I'd like to welcome you all to IT Nation Secure 2023. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Jason McGee, CEO of ConnectWise.
Wow, that is pretty wild. AI really is everywhere, even hacking into our keynotes. Just a few prompts into the AI platform, and the script and audio is completed within a few minutes. Truly amazing. Like she said, the combination of AI and technology really does give you all the ability to be superhuman. ConnectWise already implemented intelligence services and AI within the AZO platform. We recognize the tremendous potential of AI to enhance the solutions and services our partners, all of you, provide to your customers. ConnectWise, we are committed to the responsible development and use of AI as we continue to deliver innovative solutions and improve efficiency and value that drives those outcomes for you and your clients. We recognize the importance of ethical considerations, user trust, and protecting your data and your clients' data. In order to get ahead of this, we have listened to you and we've formed a committee. The ConnectWise AI Oversight Committee ensures adherence to this responsible use statement that's behind me. The committee is responsible for ongoing evaluation and necessary updates to our AI practices in response to advances in technology and market developments, AI technology. Our statement simply outlines our commitment to the following key principles: data protection, transparency, reliability and safety, collaboration, and I know it's near and dear to you all, compliance. By adhering to this AI responsible use statement, ConnectWise seeks to promote trust, foster innovation, and ensure the responsible and beneficial use of AI technologies for the betterment of our partners, your clients, and our industry as a whole. Now, with that being said, good evening and welcome to IT Nation Secure 2023. It's been a journey, and I can't believe this is our 4th year with IT Nation Secure. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Jason McGee, the CEO of ConnectWise. And on behalf of every ConnectWise colleague, I want to thank you for attending and for investing your time and your team's time with us this week. We're going to do something a little bit different this year. Since this is an IT Nation event, and we're all about our IT Nation community, we thought it was only fitting to bring a member of our community on stage to MC our opening keynote. Our MC for this year's event is a long-standing partner of ConnectWise, an Evolve member, an advocate and champion for the IT Nation, and a close personal friend of mine. I'm thrilled to have him with us today. Please welcome to the stage Peter Melby, CEO and founder of Greystone Technology. Peter, welcome.
Thanks.
Glad to have you.
Thanks, Jason. So, remember that?
Really?
Look how happy I am compared to you in that picture. Who won that series between the Lightning and the Avalanche?
So are we serious? That was so last year, Peter.
I'm okay with that. I'm still pretending it's 2022.
Okay. Although I don't know if living in the past, it doesn't seem like a great way to get ahead, and definitely not a great way to start a cybersecurity keynote.
Fair. Go Nuggets.
All right, now that's something I can support. Go Nuggets!
Yeah. All right. Hello, IT Nation. I'm excited to be here to represent the technology service provider community, the ConnectWise partner community. I feel like an honorary ConnectWise colleague, except that instead of me getting a paycheck at the end of the month, I send you a huge check. So
It's pretty cool.
This is the 4th IT Nation Secure, and it's my 4th time attending. The week will be jam-packed, informative, entertaining, and if you do it right, it'll also be business impacting. So there are over 1,400 people here, partners, ConnectWise colleagues, sponsors, industry leaders, media representatives, and our guests. We have several tracks, more than 75 sessions for you to attend. And then we have what my friend over here, Chris Luis, a fellow ConnectWise partner, calls the bourbon track, where the real business gets done.
Look, I've heard that session is an IT Nation fan favorite, and a session that I've been known.
You've heard?
Yeah, I've partaken once or twice. I enjoy my bourbon.
We'll see you at Rutgers later. So,
For sure.
who's here? 29% of you are business owners and leaders. 18% are cyber specialists. 12% are service or IT managers. 11% are technicians. 21% of you are already hungover, and it's only the first day, so maybe pace yourselves. And for 29% of you, this is your first time joining us. So if this is your first time, go ahead and raise your hand. Welcome.
Peter, I'm not in that 21% yet.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
Yet.
Me either. So also buckle up. We're in Orlando, so it means the hotel is a couple of zip codes wide, so we hope you brought comfortable shoes. I want to start by acknowledging that what ConnectWise is doing in security is pretty incredible and incredibly noteworthy for us as partners. We're focused on what it takes to really modernize solutions and bring innovation into the market for us. We'll cover that more in depth later. The SOC is uniquely engineered for continuous monitoring, detection, and also remediation of threats 24/7, 365. The growth of the ConnectWise marketplace has accelerated, offering more than 300 integrations, not just in security. And ASIO is poised to change the game. I've gotten to see firsthand ASIO develop from a vision into a reality. And it does change the ways that we will operate. So I'm not going to steal Rafi's thunder. He'll cover that more later. But that's not all. Check out the cybersecurity awards that ConnectWise has won this year, over a dozen of them. And speaking of awards, at IT Nation Connect last year, ConnectWise launched the WISE Awards, where 13 partner companies were awarded for their ability to achieve their most ambitious vision of success using the foundation of ConnectWise products, services, and community. So included in those winners were 2 partner companies who are finding success through ConnectWise cybersecurity and management solutions. So let's celebrate last year's winners, just like the Colorado Avalanche, and recognize our 2022 Security Partners of the Year, VC3 and Tech Guides. ConnectWise will be announcing their 2023 WISE Award winners at IT Nation Connect this year in November, and nominations are officially open for the Community Give Back Award, so nominate someone today.
This is a great group, and congrats to them all. Another group I want to recognize is our 2023 Pitch It contestants. Pitch It is our annual accelerator program dedicated to incubating growth in early stage companies looking to make an impact in the MSP space and for you all. Now in its 5th year, this program has hosted 62 companies to date, spanning 7 countries this year alone. And the impact is clear. 5 of those companies have been acquired within our industry. The contestants are seeing upwards of 50% growth year on year of recurring revenue, and not to mention over 60% of these contestants over the years are and continue to be TSPs just like yourself. With that said, we're excited to share the 27 Pitch It contestants for 2023. These companies will complete 16 weeks of in-depth business assessments, coaching, co-marketing, and much more from industry experts and ConnectWise colleagues. Please join me in congratulating these businesses as they compete to win the first place prize of $70,000 and a second place prize of $30,000, which is not too bad in itself. So best of luck to you all. Congratulations.
So I know a few years back you announced the TSP ISAL. Give us an update on what's going on there.
We did. Look, now it's a part of a broader picture within the CompTIA Trustmark. The ISAL has around 2,000 participating organizations. I highly recommend that you all join as well. So stop by the CompTIA booth to learn more from all the great things Wayne and the rest of the CompTIA team have going on with the Trustmark program.
So the IT Nation team, as usual, has pulled together an amazing agenda. Our guest keynote is Deviant Ollam, a professional thief.
He's going to steal the show?
Your kids are groaning somewhere. I don't know how you get the title of professional thief. I don't recommend trying. But Deviant is a certified lockpicker, and a vault inspector, a certified safe technician, and a best-selling author. So don't miss his session Through the Eyes of a Thief tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's going to be a great session and lots of fun.
Yeah, maybe leave your wallet in your room. Next, I want to thank the sponsors who are here with us at this event. So there are over 70 vendors here. You can visit them in the vendor pavilion, the sponsor quickfire session, and their breakout sessions to hear the latest and greatest for what they have to offer you, your businesses, your teams, and your clients. So, Jason, let's get this started.
Sounds good. Look, I look forward to having a great discussion with you about cybersecurity. I know your experience and your viewpoint from the TSP side of things will be insightful and appreciated. So if I were in the audience, I would be taking many notes and action items. That's what this week is about.
So as you mentioned, I've been a longtime partner of ConnectWise. In fact, we implemented ConnectWise the week before I got married.
It's pretty memorable.
Yeah, it's how I remember my anniversary. But seriously, we implemented the original ConnectWise platform 18 years ago. We were a 2-person MSP. I needed to go on my honeymoon. I wanted things to not fall apart. It was my first vacation in 4 years. It was a wonderful 4 days, and things did not fall apart. So today, Greystone Technology is a $30 million TSP. And we're part of something even bigger as part of New Charter Technologies, which I'll talk a little bit about more later. In almost 2 decades with ConnectWise, I've been witness to so many significant changes. Technology is changing rapidly. The innovation that we're seeing, is faster than ever before. I mean, you look at that solutions pavilion compared to what it used to be like, and it's amazing what this industry creates. Artificial intelligence is taking center stage, literally, And our infrastructure is no longer hardwired and walled. It's boundaryless in the cloud. So we've been an engaged and maybe sometimes noisy partner. And I can say for certain that ConnectWise has been relentless about supporting us and giving us evolving solutions in order to innovate in the market. And Jason, what are you seeing that we should be aware of right now?
Yeah, look, ConnectWise and our partners, you all, have been on the pulse of the industry and leading the way for a relentless approach to serve solutions that work in this progressive landscape. We continue to face an ever-emerging adversary, an environment that is infected by threat actors. And as I know you all are seeking to gain a competitive advantage or edge, we're discovering in real time that the edge today, boundaryless, or as we like to say, infinite. We can't sit idly by or use the same methods of the past. Threat actors have motivations. We need to understand them, prepare for them. We need to deter them, most importantly. And simply put, cybersecurity has reached a tipping point. As the stakes get higher, the pressure to solve this problem will rise as well. This appears to be breeding a culture of fear in many small businesses, the very companies you all support. Peering into an uncertain future, concerns are very clear. With 83% of these businesses either extremely worried or somewhat worried that their organization will be targeted by a cybersecurity attack within the next 6 months. Though 43% of the attacks are aimed at SMBs, only 14% of these businesses are prepared to defend themselves. Cybersecurity, and correctly so, is seeing an increased level of attention within the board-level discussions, and spending in this area will continue to rise. Protecting against cybersecurity attacks come out on top, according to surveyed IT and business decision makers, with 43% placing this as their top 3 priority. And 78% of business indicated that their organization is set to increase investment in this area in the next 12 months. Look, this presents a huge opportunity for you all, and that's why many of you are here this week. But yet, undoubtedly, there is a challenge ahead of us as well. SMBs know they need to act, and they need help from you to deliver and manage these solutions. So Peter, as a TSP, what does this say to you?
Well, the first thing it says is that I feel like I've heard it before. I assume that if we keep hearing the same thing, that it's becoming more and more urgent, but this narrative is really similar. Cybercrime is increasing, talent is scarce, clients are scared, and there's a gap. 83% of SMBs are worried that they'll be attacked in the next 6 months. 14% are protected. That gap is our biggest risk, and that gap is our biggest opportunity. And have you heard that one before? This year is a new inflection point in cybersecurity. Have you heard that one before? Is anyone tired of hearing the same message year after year after year?
All right, so I didn't see a whole lot of show of hands, but are you saying, that we should kill this keynote and start over?
I don't think they want to start over necessarily. We don't need a new keynote. We need to write a new reality. The numbers indicate that ConnectWise partners are ahead of the pack in security, but overall the industry has to move faster. So as a fellow partner, I want to issue us all a challenge. It is our job to close this gap this year. I'll say it again slower. It is our job to close this gap this year. What does it take to show up at IT Nation Secure 2024 and see that we've changed the game for our customers and our businesses? What does it take to make 2023 the breakthrough year, not just for the industry, but for the entire cybersecurity landscape?
All right, Peter, I've got to say, this is exactly the challenge ConnectWise and many other vendors here this week have set out to help you all to solve. So if that is the case, if we're all here, we have all these things, we're helping you try to solve it, I need to ask you, what do you think is standing in the way from the partner's perspective? Candidly,
I think the biggest thing standing in the way, Jason, is us. We need a better game plan if we're really going to move the needle with this. I'm going to share 3 things that I think are really critical for partners to evolve in this year. The first place that we need to evolve is in our perspective. We love to view ourselves as cutting-edge, innovative technology companies. But the reality is that, first and foremost, we are people-oriented service companies. We're people who sell people's time and tools to people who have security and technology needs. The ugly secret is, for as much as we love technology, we really don't like change. Think about it. Every time there's a change in what our customers need, we have to change our business model. It's disruptive, it's expensive, and it's stressful. TSPs should typically change because they have to, not because they want to. The TSP that I founded, Greystone Technology, we had a life-changing moment in our evolution and journey when we consciously decided to become change makers, not change responders. It's the mindset that began the catalyzation of our growth, pushed us past $20 million. And it's a far better position to be in to be creating waves than just being jostled or capsized by them. So embrace that as you go into the market. Change. We all have good intentions, but we're still allowing the criminals to be the change makers while we remain change responders.
All right, so good advice for sure, but just by having a new perspective doesn't lead to exponential growth and scale that you've experienced.
Yeah, talking about it doesn't do anything unless there's action. So we have to turn that perspective into action. So for the next piece of the puzzle, I'm gonna use a sports analogy, which goes over really well at cybersecurity conferences.
Go Nuggets?
Yeah, so we're gonna try it. So.
At some point I'll get a big crowd laugh out of that, but.
You're on the 50-yard line and you need to score a touchdown. What is the lowest probability play to get you there? We're talking about football, by the way, for those. A Hail Mary is the lowest probability play, which is why it's usually reserved for the last few seconds of the game. One shot to get all the distance that you need and score the touchdown. It does not work very often. Many providers are looking for that single conversation, the single tool, just that single step that will get our clients to adopt security, unlock the revenue opportunity that we all keep talking about, but they don't work very often. Effective results come when we have many plays to pull from, and we understand that each situation will take the right combination of actions. We need a playbook, not just a single attempt. That has to go along with our change maker mindset.
So great analogy, and I love the playbook with the change maker mindset. Speaking about Greystone then, right? So you've implemented all this, you've gone through this journey, right? Can you tell us a bit more about, how your journey has evolved in the recent years?
Yeah, so like many of you, we became very interested in the larger scale opportunities that come with M&A, outside investment, so many of the things that didn't exist for us when we first started our companies. We also didn't like the options that we saw out there, so we forged a different path. New Charter Technologies is a portfolio of 22 best-in-class TSPs, including Greystone, where owners continue their entrepreneurial journey with the support of a scaled organization. And in my evolved role at New Charter, I get to oversee market strategies for 22 organizations. So I get to see what works and what doesn't when it comes to security. So here are 5 pieces of advice from what I've seen. Number 1, invite your clients into the never-ending journey of cybersecurity and tell them that it's never ending. How many of you are challenged because you sold them something last year and now you need to sell them something new again this year? Don't apologize for that. Tell your clients it is our job to continually bring new things. Security is always changing. If I'm doing my job well, I am helping you to always change with it. Second, create a predictable communication framework and lay it out for them. Security conversations are not threatening when they're expected and when they're consistent. Every quarter, we're going to review your security posture. At a minimum, we're going to update your security plan once a year. Tell them this, prepare them for it, prepare their mindset. They might even start saving some money for it. Third, use pictures, not just words. Even the most intelligent of executives.
I'm a very visual person. I like that picture.
Show them a roadmap. This is where you're at. This is where you need to go. This is where you go next. And also, for those executives, bring everything down to a business decision. What risk am I offsetting? What is the cost of that risk? What is the cost of the solution? What is the likelihood that that's going to happen? Most business decisions are simple math. So do the math for them. And next, don't stop. Keep going. Repeat. It's a cycle. Because remember, we're going to come back and there's going to be new things next year, new things next year, new things next year. This is a new endless economy if we do it right. And it's also our job to protect our clients. IT organizations have an opportunity to influence business more than any other part of the business, if you think about it. We know their systems and data. We have relationships with their people. We understand the day-to-day operations. We get to see so many different aspects of this. Sometimes we have more visibility into a company than the executive team does. And what do we use that for? A lot of times we use it to implement and support some pretty simple technical solutions. That's where we can become business changers. That's what lies ahead for us.
All right, so I get it, and I saw many people out there seem to get it. They were taking pictures and photos. So if you missed on that opportunity, there will be the recording. Go take a look at those 5 steps. But look, you have a lot going on. You have new perspective and a playbook, along with many other things that go to bring it all together. What's next?
I think this is the one you like, and you saw the content ahead of time, so you're excited about it.
I am, very.
Cybersecurity is the biggest thing our industry has dealt with, and we can't do it alone. So even large TSPs are small businesses in the grand scheme of cybercrime and cybersecurity economies. So we need the right partnerships. I can't develop my own tools. I can't solve the worldwide labor challenge that's only getting worse. I can't slow my business momentum to build an entire strategy from the ground up. You know, this could be an obvious segue into a nice, neat ConnectWise marketing pitch, with a video or something like that. But I think this should probably be the part where I talk to them and pretend you're not here for a minute, Jason. How many of you have had a perfect journey with ConnectWise? Or any other partner that you work with?
Every one of them. Come on.
That's the part where you don't want them to raise their hands. Yeah.
That's why I chimed in.
I know. So, if I got up here as a partner and created a nice, clean, neat, pretty picture of what our business is like, what it's like to work with others in our business, you'd know that I'm lying. None of our reality as a TSP is shiny, easy, or simple. Our most important partnerships are also complex. And if they aren't, they probably aren't worth a lot. Our primary role is to understand our customers' businesses and to build and provide solutions that they can't build themselves, right? We rely on partner organizations like ConnectWise to build and provide the parts of our solutions that we can't or shouldn't build ourselves, and to be strategic eyes and ears and hands at a scale that we don't have.
Look, I think you know from our candid conversations, Peter, and we have many of them, even when the Avalanche are playing, or the Nuggets, that we're focused exactly what you're talking about. Our entire model is designed to make you all, our ConnectWise partners, more capable, less stressed, and more successful. Do you think we're achieving that?
I think it's important to recognize that alignment that we have, that your success only comes with our success, is important for us all in the room to recognize. Because that's the foundation of trust that we can build on and that we have built on. The short answer is that yes, you're succeeding, but in the theme of not oversimplifying, I want to share more. So ConnectWise obviously has a long history, but if we go back a couple years, Jason, do you remember our 2021 Advisory Council meeting?
Well, I would say my wife and family would say I don't remember much. My team would tell you I don't forget much. So look, and I do, and I think most people out in the audience probably know this, I do value my time not only with the advisory council, but all the partner interactions and discussions that I have. So I would say, of course, I think I probably remember that meeting.
So it was a memorable one for sure. In 2021, the Corporate Advisory Council, which I sit on, issued 2 key challenges to ConnectWise based on our experiences. The first is we said, we need you to lead the way for us in security. And the second thing we need you to do is we need you to transform ConnectWise into an easier organization to do business with. Jason, our deepest partnership today is with you because of how you've worked in these areas and succeeded for us in these ways. We're going to hear some of that today. Success for me is about accelerating progress at a faster rate than our competitors and accelerating progress at a faster rate than market challenges are developing. It's not about perfection. Initiative and programs like cybersecurity partnerships, ASIO, Modes Theory, the Evolved Cybersecurity Peer Groups, and the Partner Program, those are the reasons why we keep doing more with you.
Look, and I do, and all the 3,500 ConnectWise colleagues globally appreciate that. And look, you said a couple of things there, and I know a lot of people are probably like, they're not perfect, right? And look, we know we're not perfect, right? I think we've had this candid conversation several times. I would say, frankly, we do try to solve every big and small challenge in front of us, right? Because your issues are our issues, and your success is our success, right? And you mentioned that in alignment a couple of seconds ago, right? You talked about us leading the way for you in cybersecurity. Your success seems to have come to this point, right? And it's ever changing and evolving, but not just from our leadership, but through your own maturity as an organization. What can our partners here, all of these great people in this room today, do in the next 3 days to create a better success for themselves in the cybersecurity space, Peter?
Yeah. Thank you for that. I think that it is important to realize that success is never a destination in this, but it starts with how you think about your mindset and just even the next 3 days. Decide to become a change maker and explore what that's like. Start with some honest self-reflection. What are your strengths? What are your gaps? Take stock of what you have. Identify your vulnerabilities. Are you equipped well to sell security? Are you incident ready? If something happens, do you have all the telemetry to understand? And do you have the resources to manage the situations, keep your customers running? Where do you have gaps and who can you partner with today? Looking at this ecosystem, products, services, do you have what it takes to protect across endpoints, network, and SaaS applications? And are you capitalizing on all the resources available to you? We have 22 new charter companies in the partner program using your resources and your money to support our growth. So after your self-assessment, then you have to prioritize action, like we talked about, and connect with ConnectWise. Dig deep, find the solutions that you need. It's your business to run, and there are so many resources here to help you do that. So decide to become a change maker, build your playbook, connect deeply with your partners. 83% of people are scared, 14% of people are protected. Close the gap this year.
Look, gotta say, and I said it a couple times, I love the game plan, and I'm gonna say, ask one more question. What more do you need from us then? If the narrative is the same year after year after year, what more do you need from us?
Yeah, so as a partner, I'd say we want everything faster. But more critically, we need you to do things the right way. And I think ASIO is a perfect example of doing things the right way and building the strong foundation when others in the industry are putting Band-Aids on things. We can't afford to have that when it comes to security. So keep that level of innovation moving forward and continue to pour into that. We also rely on you for the deep insights in this fast-moving world. So we need to make sure that you're protecting yourselves as well. So give us some deeper technical perspective on what actions you're taking in ConnectWise.
Yeah, look, so first, we can certainly keep doing our best efforts on doing it the right way and faster, right? Not everything's fast, right? But we'll do our best there. And look, it truly does help when we have partners like yourself, the advisory council, the MSP geek community, and other groups within the IT nation that are advocates for ConnectWise, yet provides us candid and constructive, for the most part, that same crowd, feedback, and keeps us tightly engaged with our team. So greatly appreciate that. And as for what are we doing to keep everyone protected, let me just bring the experts out. So we'll see you back shortly.
There they are, your clients. We know you love them, and we know they love and appreciate you. No matter what kind of business they run, your clients look to you to solve every IT problem that comes their way. And while they'll see a router go down or a server go offline, they'll never know the hundreds of times a day they need you to shield them from attacks, domestic and abroad. The question is, are you doing it? Do you know how to be their champion? Enter ConnectWise, the cybersecurity partner that can help you keep every little and not so little client safe in the cyber world. Even if limited resources, lack of expertise, or just the sheer cost of cybersecurity have seemed daunting in the past, we've got you covered. We know you don't have the time to keep up with the ever-changing landscape of attacks and the solutions that prevent them. That's what we do. And to be honest, that's what they think you're doing for them already, even when they don't know how dangerous the risk really is. Your clients need to work because what they're doing is important. They need you to be the hero. So step up to the plate, confident in the knowledge that you have the most comprehensive and flexible tools in your arsenal when you partner with ConnectWise and our growing portfolio of cybersecurity products. Provide enterprise-grade threat detection, streamline security across your client's network without additional full-time employee costs or complicated implementations. And feel confident scaling your business, knowing ConnectWise can neutralize thousands of threats daily with our dedicated SOC services. Cyber attacks are a reality, but they don't have to be in it alone. You can be their defender, and we'll be there right by your side, no matter the battle. Don't wait for them or you to be a victim of a cyber attack. Invest in cybersecurity by investing in ConnectWise.
Please welcome Chief Information Security Officer for ConnectWise, Patrick Beggs.
It's that time.
Yeah.
They just ain't the same for young Jermaine's, still underrated, but far from underpaid. And those some problems that fade the humble stage.
There's a lot of people here. Hey, IT Nation, thank you so much for being here, and thanks so much for giving me some time to come and talk to you guys about some pretty cool stuff. As you know, as you've heard, state of cybersecurity market, it's a little daunting, isn't it? Keeps me and my team pretty busy. And as your cyber defense partner, I want to share our approach today with you on how we are keeping your organization and ours, and remember that, ours as well, because everything we're doing for you guys, we're doing for ourselves, safe and secure. So first, let me share about some exciting news. We've forged a new partnership. We are the first in the industry to announce this, by the way, with the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA's Joint Cyber Defense Collaborative, JCDC, to enhance cybersecurity for TSPs. This partnership will provide you with the resources, tools you need to strengthen your cybersecurity posture and protect your clients from cyber threats. We're going to work closely with CISA's JCDC to develop new solutions and services that address the latest cybersecurity challenges that you're going to face. And we share a commitment to improving cybersecurity for businesses of all sizes. On that note, we have two special guests here this week. I'm very honored that they're here and looking forward to a joint session on Wednesday to discuss JCDC's whole nation cyber approach to cybersecurity. So please welcome me, help me in welcoming Abigail Thins and Brittany Johnson from CISA's JCDC. I know they're here somewhere, so if you guys give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for serving your country and coming here this week to partner with us. There we go, I see them up there. So thank you so much. All right, on to the work we're doing to help you connect with confidence. The core of our defense strategy focuses on integrating threat intelligence across all aspects of our information security program. This model is likely something you've heard of already, and I've touched on last year. I call it the cyber fusion model. So what's that really mean exactly, right? Why intelligence over tooling, right? Well, take a look at the quote we have up here from The Art of War. If you know your enemy, you know yourself. You need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained will also be a defeat. So know your enemy, right? Seems kind of simple enough, right? No. Since today's adversaries are more sophisticated, it takes that challenge up to a whole nother level. They understand traditional security operations-centered models and target the weaknesses invoked. They avoid a lot of the preventative controls that we all have in place right now. So our job, what we're doing right now with the cyber fusion model, is to gather and analyze information on emerging or actual cyber threats that are happening out there today. We gather information about their tactics, techniques, and protocols, TTPs, used by the attackers, as well as the indicators of compromises, IOCs, that can be used to identify and mitigate threats. This gives us the benefit of staying ahead of the threat landscape. By understanding the TTPs used by attackers, we can proactively identify and mitigate potential threats before they become serious. Keyword there, proactive. You're gonna sense a little theme here. So you're probably thinking, okay, Patrick, that covers intelligence, but what about cyber fusion? Is cyber fusion even necessary? There are many valuable benefits to this model, one of which is automation. Before we talk about how we use intelligence for automation, let's talk about some of the other prerequisites for security automation. First step, to ensure that you have access to and are centralizing all your relevant security data from different sources such as logs, network traffic, and endpoint data. From there, you're going to start creating detection rules that are going to trigger alerts when specific events occur. These rules can be used based on a variety of factors such as specific IP addresses, domain names, file hashes, or behavior patterns. Next, you start to develop your indicators of compromises. You can create IOCs based on known threat intelligence sources or by analyzing your own security data to identify patterns of anomalies. You can use tools such as MISP or OpenIOC to manage and share these indicators of compromises. All right, now that you have the detection rules and IOCs created, you can leverage machine learning to analyze mass quantities of data to identify patterns that may be missed by human analysts, right? You can also leverage other automation tools such as SOAR to streamline your incident response activities once something does happen. So once you've done all of the above, just continue to monitor and update to ensure you remain current and up to date. This leads me to the benefit of the cyber fusion model that is continuous improvement, and it's something we practice internally at ConnectWise on an hourly, daily, weekly, yearly basis, continuously assessing and learning from our activities, successes, and failures. We are building up our counter threat unit, which provides us with the ability to do continuous penetration testing and red teaming internally. Remember how I said, know the enemy and know yourself? Well, now we have automation in place, we can shift our focus to more complex, human-based type of attacks or threat hunts that may be overlooked if we solely rely on those alerts I was talking about. With the velocity and sophistication of attackers these days, like I mentioned before, many of them know how to get past the preventative controls, those reactive controls, right? So we must start looking for more abnormal behaviors. It really is looking for needles in a stack of needles sometimes, but that's okay. So we take our intelligence and analysis that we conduct to emulate the behaviors of these attackers, and we feed those into our threat hunting and pen testing and red team teams to execute campaigns on ourselves to uncover the weaknesses in our defense. Lastly, certainly not least, collaboration. The cyber fusion empowers you to go and take a proactive, there it is again, proactive approach to enabling a sharing platform to exchange intelligence amongst some of your more traditionally siloed teams to strengthen your security processes. But that alone cannot be enough. Cannot be enough. You have to have strong collaboration. You really do, within your organization and externally. And I'm gonna take a second to say while you're here, make those relationships. Talk to people in your industry. Make friends. create networks. Because I can tell you from experience, when things go bad on a global scale, you're going to want to be able to talk to folks that are living what you're living, to be able to exchange information. You're going to need those relationships. We can't just do this necessarily from technology and processes. You have to have that human relationship. And while you're here, tell people about your why. Why are you here? What makes you what you do? I'm very fortunate today. One of my whys is here. My son decided to join me this week. He's graduating high school this weekend. And he's heading off to college in a few weeks. And he's one of my most favorite whys in this whole world. I'm going to embarrass him right there. So thank you, son. I love you. And there. So really make that connection. That's my whole point here. Make a connection this week and build some relationships. On that note, I want to introduce my colleague, and I would say a very good friend of mine, Rafael Marti, who is our Executive Vice President and General Manager for Cybersecurity. We partner closely with Rafi's teams to supplement each other's intelligence capabilities that allows us to be more proactive. Now that I said it again, proactive for the third time, I'm out of here, and thank you so much. And if you get a chance, just say hi, and I'd love to meet anyone that wants to talk. So thanks.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. Love to focus on proactive, and I'm super impressed with the great work that InfoSec is doing for us, and thanks for all the great work you're doing to keep us secure and safe. Hello, IT Nation. Thanks for being here with us. It's very exciting to see how many of you came out to showed up to talk about cybersecurity and to collaborate on how we can improve the state of cybersecurity for small businesses. I'd like to spend some time talking about why ConnectWise cybersecurity is so unique in the market and impactful. The reason we are able to provide world-class cybersecurity services to MSPs is in part due to 5 key areas. Let us walk through these 5 areas here. First up, it's the Cyber Research Unit. The CRU is the first big differentiator for ConnectWise and our partners. This team of dedicated cybersecurity experts are spending their days monitoring your environments to protect you and your clients. In fact, with the CRU's help, we have been able to prevent 6 million attacks over the past year alone, and that's across about 500 unique types of attacks that we were the first ones in the industry to stop. Now, in the remainder of my time with you, let us dive deeper into the other 4 areas: the ASIO platform, products and services, the cybersecurity ecosystem, and the partner program. Let's start with ASIO. You've heard us talk about ASIO before. ASIO is the industry's only purpose-built platform for business management, unified monitoring and management, and cybersecurity. Now, this is not just a concept. This platform exists today, and in fact, all of RMM is built completely on this ASIO platform, and so are our vulnerability management and risk assessment products. And we're working really hard to move more and more of our capabilities into ASIO. The ASIO platform provides us with a number of advantages from a development perspective. For example, we have to write each capability only once and then can leverage that with all the other products right away. But it's not just a force multiplier from a development perspective. It's also built with you in mind. If I had to summarize your benefits for having the ASIO platform, I would use these 2 words: simplification and automation. Simplification of how you interact with product capabilities, single pane of glass, how you purchase products, how you know which machines to patch, and automation of tasks that are very repetitive or basically your low margin work. But you know what? Enough of the theory and the abstract talking. Let's see what we have recently done around our cybersecurity products and the ASIO platform. Now, last November at IT Nation Connect, we went live with our first version of the vulnerability management product. Today, we're releasing our next version. We're adding vulnerability remediation to the feature set, which means that once a vulnerability was identified, you can kick off a patching cycle through the CWRMM patching capability. Now, because this product is completely built in ASIO, it makes the following really exciting scenario possible. Imagine that RMM discovers a new device. Well, that device automatically shows up in the vulnerability management screen. Now you can run a scan without having to install anything. But that's not all. Now, with the new version we're releasing today, we're allowing you to automatically patch the vulnerability through RMM patching. That is pretty cool and seamless. Now, we're not going to stop there, and you will see us add more capabilities around vulnerability management over the next couple of quarters, so stay tuned. Now, you're probably quite often wondering, what are all these security tools doing for you? Security is this funky thing, right? If you don't hear from the tool, it's probably doing its job. Well, in addition to understanding yourself, what security services have done for you, you also want a way to show what these products and services have done for your customers. In other words, you're trying to show your customers what they're paying for your security services. That's where hero reports come into play, to provide you with visibility into the performance of the security services. We launched our first hero report within our ConnectWise SIM last November to show what the SIM has done for you. And by popular partner request, we are now following up with a hero report within ASIO that is helping you understand the value of the SOC that it is providing you around the MDR services. What you can see in the screen behind me is a breakdown of the alerts that the SOC has processed with the number of true and false positives. It shows investigated alerts further broken down into their corresponding ticketing categories and so on. You will see us continue expanding the hero statistics within ASIO and build out a comprehensive set of these hero reports. Now, to continue the journey of moving security products onto ASIO, we're taking first steps to move our ConnectWise SIM a little bit closer to ASIO as well. The first step in that journey starts with our SaaS security product. With the trend of moving more and more data into SaaS applications like Workday and Dropbox and OneDrive, you need to make sure that that data stays secure. Well, this is where our SaaS security tool comes into play. The SaaS security product is a capability that leverages the ConnectWise SIM to monitor SaaS applications. With this release, instead of using the SIM as the user interface, we have moved that completely into ASIO, where you can see the security issues associated with your SaaS applications. As of today, SaaS security monitors your Office 365 and Google Workspace environments. Now, going forward, we'll be able to add more SaaS data sources for you to monitor, and more excitingly, we'll be allowing you to automatically remediate those detected issues with predefined actions. Now, this is the first step in moving more and more of the SIM into ASIO so that you can start leveraging all that that platform has to offer. Now, speaking of the SIM, we're not going to wait for more of the SIM to be in ASIO until we're going to add more enhancements to the SIM platform. We continue to innovate on our ConnectWise SIM. You might have seen some smaller enhancements in the user interface recently, but where the real work has been done has been on the back end. Today, we are announcing a few capabilities around the SIM. First, we have been asked by many of you to add capabilities to monitor your Azure infrastructure. We now have a full integration that collects logs from Azure Active Directory, alerting us on all kinds of authentication and risk-related information. For example, all the risky activity that was observed in the Azure environment. Now, with this, our co-managed SIM fully monitors Microsoft 365 environments across SharePoint, Intune, OneDrive, Active Directory, and so on. Second, we have not just added better cloud visibility, we have also been thinking a lot about how can we bring the MDR and SIM solutions closer together in order to both accelerate alert investigation and mitigation, but also provide better protection. Now, to facilitate this, we have built new content to show endpoint and network data in interactive dashboards. The screen here is designed to help understand whether an EDR alert is truly an intrusion or a false positive. Now, in this view specifically, the EDR event is enriched with information that was seen on the network, which is a quick way to validate that this was a successful intrusion that requires attention. Now, all this data analysis and threat detection wouldn't be possible if there wasn't a data store. And this is where our next feature announcement plays. Working with many of you, we realized that the way we handle your data can be cumbersome. For data that dates back more than a month, we required you to manually request the data. With this release of our new true retention feature, we're changing that behavior. We're making it easy for you to handle compliance and investigation use cases by making your data available and searchable for as long as your retention allows. Yes, if you have 3 months of retention, you can query all of that data without having to go through support to request the data. Last but not least for SIM features, we are also introducing the common event schema. Now, this is a huge improvement for interacting with your data in the SIM. If you look behind me, these are 3 firewall logs. And each of the logs uses a different way to address these different fields in there. src_IP, origin, src. What we're doing now is we're introducing a common dictionary that allows you to address these fields in a common way across all these different log files. Now, this is going to allow you to write common dashboards across different data sources. It allows you to query the data across different data sources with the same names. It's a big improvement on how you interact with all of the data. We're basically introducing a common dictionary across all of these data sources. Now, with the common event schema, we are also introducing the concept of event types. Each device vendor calls their event something different. If you look at a login event, in Windows, it's reported as a Security 520 event, right? If you look in Linux, you have to search for authentication success. And in your firewall, it's called yet something different. Before introducing event types, you had to write out this really long and cumbersome query. Now, with the introduction of the event types, that long query becomes a really simple expression, as you can see here behind me. That's real-time save that you can now spend on analyzing your data rather than having to figure out how to query it. All right, where do we go from here? We talked about our products and how they're moving onto ASIO, and we explored a little bit what's new with the ConnectWise SIM. The third piece that is essential to our security strategy is making sure our security products are integrated with the rest of the ConnectWise product suite around business management and unified monitoring and management products. The table behind me shows what security products across the top we have integrated with the capability of PSA and RMM. As you can see, there's a number of green cells in here where we have already delivered on those integrations. There's also a number of these purple cells where we're working on delivering those integrations in the next couple of quarters. The very most recent integration that we've provided is a SentinelOne to ConnectWise RMM integration that allows you to manage the SentinelOne endpoints within RMM. Now, in short succession, you will see us putting out an integration between SentinelOne and the PSA ticketing, as well as the billing capabilities. But we won't stop there, and you will see us add more integrations over time. Now, one more thing. While not per se an integration, providing you with cybersecurity solutions is not just a top priority for the security business unit. It's also top of mind for the UMM and BMS business lines. In fact, as part of our Secure Connect business line, we have developed a tool called ConnectWise Access Management. This is a capability we developed to help with both making devices more secure and reducing the time your technicians spend servicing user requests. ConnectWise Access Management follows the principle of least privilege by basically removing your local admin credentials on Windows machines. Now, users can interactively request admin privileges when needed, and technicians can use temporary credentials to log onto those machines. Go check out the Solution Pavilion later on for more information on that, and join the over 500 MSPs that are already using this capability. Now, this was it from a product perspective. What else is going on in ConnectWise Cyber? Well, in the interest of providing the industry with the most comprehensive ecosystem of cybersecurity products and services, we are constantly looking to expand on our ecosystem. At IT Nation Connect in November, that some of you attended, I introduced the concept of the cybersecurity defense matrix. to help visualize our security ecosystem. As you can see in this table, across the top, we have the security categories, and they're broken down by endpoint, network, and SaaS. These are the areas that you need to think about protecting. If we bring the ConnectWise solutions up on here, you can see that we cover a lot of these areas here already. Now, as of last November, we announced some new partnerships to cover more of these areas within the cyber defense matrix. The first one was our SASE capability that we delivered with a company called Axiom. We have seen a real uptick in the interest in the TSP space for SASE. What we hear from our partners is that you really like the combination of multiple security point solutions with one management console for all these components. The ability to combine DNS security, URL filtering, DLP, CASP, and zero trust resource access in one solution is really quite powerful. If you haven't explored SASE, I really encourage you to spend some time over the next couple of days looking at that. Next up, we added identity access management capabilities across MFA SSO and user lifecycle management with a company called Evo Security. The Evo solution has been built from the ground up for MSPs and is a fantastic solution to get ahead of your user and access management challenges, as well as the credential-based attacks. Next up, very recently, we added Proofpoint as a partner on the email security side. Business email compromise is still one of the most common attack vectors, and we want to make sure we can help you protect that attack vector for yourself and also for your customers. Now, if you look at the right-hand side, where we have BCDR and the recover is a very critical area for an overall security approach. We continue to partner with some of the leading brands in the BCDR space to help you back up your client's infrastructure. To date, many vendors like Acronis, Veeam, Axient are integrated into our RMM to let you seamlessly manage your backups. Today, I'm very excited to announce our latest addition to the BCDR family. We're adding Axient as a BCDR solution partner for ConnectWise co-managed backup. Partners now have the choice between appliance-based BCDR or direct-to-cloud. And to save you time and cost when dealing with backups, you can also leverage our NOC services to help you save up to 90% on time and cost. Now, if you look at this table here, there's one really annoying spot on the network identify side. Well, it gives me great pleasure to announce that as of today, we're closing this gap as well through a partnership with Avik. With the Avik solution, we're adding network monitoring capabilities to our RMM. It's another crucial component in the journey to gain full visibility across your environments. All right, well, we're not just working on products and services here. The next thing we're spending a lot of time thinking about is how we can help you build and grow your security business. And this is where our award-winning partner program lives. You heard it in the introduction from Peter, how partners in the program are more successful than the average TSP. Here are 3 pretty awesome statistics about our strategic partners in the program. They have about a 10% higher recurring revenue than the average TSP at a 4 times faster growth rate. They're about 17% more profitable. That's money in your pocket. And what we also found when we looked at the data is that these TSPs are spending a little bit more money on marketing and sales than the rest of the pack, by still maintaining that 17% higher profitability. Now, you might ask how the partner program helps achieve those metrics. Well, to start with, we place heavy emphasis on working with our partners on 3 key go-to-market areas. First, we are collaborating with you to build your overall business strategy. We even work with you on a business plan and help determine the right pricing and packaging, as well as train and certify your employees. Second, we then create a marketing plan that fits your business strategy. We further help execute against the plan to create demand. And to give you another statistic here, we paid out $3.3 million in MDF funds last year to help you fund these marketing activities. Now, finally, the third part, we work with you side by side to bring all these deals across the finish line. We literally bring on a sales resource to help you along every stage of the sales process. All in all, sounds like a no-brainer to me to join the program. By the way, make sure to note that we also added backup and recovery to the program, helping you not just with cybersecurity, but also with your BCDR business. As you can see, we have been really busy expanding our cybersecurity business, and I hope you're as excited as I am about all the innovation we're bringing to the market. With that, I'd like to bring back Peter, Jason, and Patrick onto the stage.
All right. Rafi, I love what you said, mostly because I don't really understand all of it. That's Ferris, that's what my team is here for. And my team loves, that's what they want to hear. They crave understanding how the innovation is going to impact day-to-day responsibilities. How is it going to improve our day-to-day ability to do what we do? So I remember back to that 2021 advisory council meeting, and when Jason brought forward the idea of the future of the ConnectWise platform. And it's something that probably everyone here doesn't get to see all the time, but it's been really exciting to see that come from something that was just an idea to something that's actually impacting our businesses. So thank you for that. All right, we've arrived at the portion where I call the hot seat.
So you ask us questions?
I'm gonna ask you questions and then the bourbon track, so it won't be long.
I'm already there, but.
I'm essentially gonna ask each of you the same thing, which is what now? So Jason, we know you talk about us partners behind our backs. Bring us into those conversations. What actions do you wish your partners were taking?
Look, we do talk about our partners, right? Wouldn't necessarily say behind your back, but before I answer the question, I will say this. Our conversations we have internally always lead us to asking ourselves the question I asked you before. What is standing in the way of you all, the TSPs? What is standing in the way, right? Especially if the story sounds familiar, year after year after year. What is truly standing in the way? Many vendors have things in place to help. Many of those vendors are here. I believe it's 61 vendors, right? ConnectWise specifically, right, is dedicated to bringing solutions, services, and innovation to help you achieve your most ambitious vision of success. And today, we're just scratching the surface. As Rafi and others mentioned, our CRU provides threat intelligence that helped prevent 6 million attacks on TSPs in the last year alone. The ASIO platform is the industry's only purpose-built platform across BMS, UMM, and cybersecurity solutions, allowing us to monitor millions of events per second across hundreds of thousands of SMBs globally, across millions of devices. Our products and services are custom tailored for TSPs, you all, with our SOC enabling it all. We have 180 cybersecurity analysts monitoring your environments, helping protect you and your customers. A comprehensive ecosystem of TSP relevant products and services. 61 in the vendor pavilion. We have pitch it contestants here and everything in between. And finally, our award-winning partner program supporting the growth of our partners. As Rafi said, allowing them to grow 4 times faster than the industry average at a higher profitability than the average TSP. Look, there's no doubt we're committed to providing the most innovative and relevant solutions to you all. So yeah, we always have our partners in the forefront of our discussions. We don't talk behind their back. We have these conversations with you all. Look, but to answer your question, it simply comes down to what you said earlier, Peter, right? Do the things required to be a change maker, not a change responder. Be introspective. Do an honest assessment to understand where you are and where you need to be. Paint that picture, show the visual. Think about what you need to do as a company and use this conference to evaluate the tools, Again, 61 vendors next door. Fill in the gaps and do better business. Don't sit idly by. Start building that playbook. Seek help by connecting deeply with your peers. After all, that's what the IT Nation's about. And forge new partnerships, as Peter and Rafi both had suggested. We have the world's largest connected community, and we know that having 1,400 of you in one place is one of the most valuable assets we can provide you all. And there's always Connect with ConnectWise. We're here to help you navigate. If you have questions or are not quite sure how to get started or take action to all the answers above and discussions that we had, come see us in the Solution Pavilion.
Thanks. I agree with all that, especially the parts where you agreed with me.
That's why we brought you here.
I assume you were just going to tell me to stop expecting the things that I asked for today to be done yesterday. But Patrick, same question to you.
Right.
What's one thing that you tell the partners to do?
I'm going to keep this brief. All right. Okay, immediately. I'm not a salesperson. All right, clap over there. I'm a security professional, so I'm not up here to sell anything, but my advice, it may be a little different in my humble opinion, but yet it is critically important. Every time I speak, I evangelize about these top 10 defined actions to maintain good cyber hygiene. I always put this up here, folks. If you get a chance, take a picture, send it to your security admins or yourself if you're a security admin. There you go. That's a selfie, Jason. That's not the picture.
Oh, wrong way? There you go. Don't mind us. Keep going.
You're in the way of food and drink. Let's go. Come on.
You told me to take out the phone and take a picture, so I did.
Hey, for someone who's not a highly technical security expert like me, the way you laid it out makes a lot of sense. And I think these are the kinds of direct communications that can make things actionable for all of us. So, Rafi, instead of asking you that question, I was just going to talk to you about football for a little while.
That's going to go over really well.
Yeah, so what...
Go Nuggets?
I had to Google what you guys were talking about.
Maybe after the bourbon track, they'll laugh.
All right.
Well, look, do something really simple. Engage in the partner program. But do not stop there. It's kind of like this thing where at New Year's, right, you have new resolutions, you're trying to go back to the gym, and like, we know how that goes, right?
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, I'm just talking about you in general. We want to help avoid that attrition. The partner program is a support network to keep you informed and accountable to drive your business forward. And the best part, it's at no cost to you to start.
Yeah. $3.3 million spent in the partner program. And I spent a lot of that, so thanks.
Thank you.
It's working. I think I'm a huge advocate of that program. Evolve is another program that has been transformative for us, in all of the new charter companies. So the community here can't be overlooked. Let's recap. What lies ahead is almost beyond definition. But what we have right now, 83% of companies are worried about being attacked. 14% are well protected. It's our job to close the gap. Say it with me. It's our job to close the gap this year. We have a partner in ConnectWise.
2022, by the way.
Not 2022. We have a partner in ConnectWise that's relentless in keeping us informed, prepared, and secure. But it's not a one-way relationship. It needs to be symbiotic. And that's what I represent up here in a lot of ways, is the fact that in this industry, we have these massive organizations now that have grown and grown and grown because of the work that we've done. We have an organization in ConnectWise that is unique because they're listening. They're interested in what we're doing. We rely on ConnectWise as a partner to deliver services, solutions, talent, engineering, innovation, and security. But if we think about what that means, we have an organization that can do this stuff at scale that we can talk directly to and directly with. So let's do that this week. Let's partner together to close this gap. Let's change the narrative, and then we can write a new keynote for 2024.
All right, Peter, one more thing. I have this year's challenge coin. And all of you should have received one when you registered today. And for those of you who were here last year, you know this is just more than a coin. Prove how cyber savvy you really are. You could win our biggest cyber prize giveaway to date, So I know there's many of you in here that will probably crack this within minutes. Hopefully not, but probably will, or if you haven't already. Good luck, keep your eyes peeled. There are signs everywhere. So look, you know the game plan, new perspective. Become a change maker, not a change responder. Start building that playbook, right, that Peter mentioned earlier, and look for the right partnerships. Join us for the welcome reception starting now in the Solution Pavilion. Find those partnerships, see you there, and I'll see you at the Bourbon Track. See you in a few.
Go Nuggets!